It's all about the clap back. Get your boss whacked, Premier's funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bag.
Welcome to the bridge where niggas can't come. Shots fired, panic if you want. I won't dare run. Handguns, keep it in my pocket if it's static, nigga.
Listen, we don't need no intro for this. I want to get straight to the point. Being a black man in America, you got to take shit jobs sometimes. Being a black man in America, you got to take the short end of the stick a lot of the times. That's just it. It is what it is. So I want to go ahead and say that the Rooney Rule is a great thing. And it's necessary. Because without that Rooney Rule, black men would never get the opportunity to get in a room with these rich white men. These billionaire white men wouldn't give these black men the time of day. Hell, some of these billionaires wouldn't even let these black men pick their damn trash. Wouldn't let them clean their house, cut their grass, or drive them to the fucking stadium. So without the Rooney Rule, these billionaires wouldn't even notice these black men. So I'm happy that the Rooney Rule exists. And for everybody saying that, oh my gosh, the Rooney Rule is a joke, people shouldn't have to be forced to interview candidates that they don't really want. Yes, they should. Because whoever says the Rooney Rule is stupid, whoever says the Rooney Rule needs to go, isn't looking at the big picture. All you're saying is, who cares about these black people? Who cares? Let's just hire who we want to, and if a black person ain't who we want to, then that's tough. I'm sorry, but in the 50s, in the 60s, didn't they force white kids and black kids to go to school together? Remember the busing incident in Michigan? Remember the burning of the American flag in Boston because they didn't want black kids going to their schools? They didn't want black kids riding their school buses? In order to incite change, you must force it upon the people. And that's a fact. In order to get something done, you have to force people to do it. Have you not noticed what the president's doing with the vaccine? Did you not know we went to war in the 1800s and had to fight for our fucking freedom? The Civil War happened. You take things by force. You can't give people the choice to change their mind because they won't. So everybody out here saying that we need to let things happen naturally. We need to let these rich billionaires, white men, change their mind in due time. It's never going to happen. We have to get uncomfortable to be comfortable later. You understand? In order to be comfortable later, we must be uncomfortable now. I am all in favor of forcing black head coaches over the next, 2-3 hiring cycles. They should probably all be black coaches. Half these offensive coordinator jobs that get open, they should be filled by black men. We need to force black men into the system so black men can create their own coaching trees, get positions of power, and hand those jobs to other black men. Because that's what the white man does. The white men get position of power and give those positions of power to people who look like them. If black men are not in that room, if black men aren't given a chance to have a position of power, how are we going to pass it on to the fellow brother? I hate to break it to y'all, but that's how life works. How can black men expect to get more CEO jobs? How can black men expect to get more political positions if there aren't any there to give it to us? The white man ain't gonna get after us. Oh, but Fist, why you want to be uncomfortable? Why do you want to be the black man that just got the job for political reasons? Or why do you want to be the black man that just got the job out of sympathy? Because for 300 years in this country, that's the only way the black man can get a motherfucking opportunity. I'm so sick and tired of people acting like, oh man, why would a black man take that job? They ain't really want to give it to him. Well, if he don't take the job, how he gonna get it? Whether it's working at McDonald's, Walmart, coaching in the NBA, coaching in the NFL, the black man knows he's getting that job for reasons that are beyond him, and he needs to work twice as hard to keep that bitch. Every black man who gets a position of power in this country, whether it be a job or something in the political field, know he has to do better than the white man to keep that position of power. A black man getting a position of power knows he's working as the underdog and has to perform harder than the next man to keep that bitch. That's just the reality of being a black man in America. So this whole notion that why would a black man want to take a sympathy job like David Culley did is stupid to me. Culley took that job and said, I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to do the best job I can to make sure I keep this bitch. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Brian Flores said, I'm not going to tank these games because if I tank these games, you're going to fire me. So I'm going to go out here and win these games so I can keep my damn job. And he got fired anyway. How many white coaches get fired with winning records? Brian Flores was fired after a winning season. Lovie Smith was fired after a winning season. Caldwell, fired. How many white coaches are getting fired after having winning seasons? This is bullshit. Could you imagine if there was more black coaches in the NHL than white coaches? Y'all would say, what the hell is going on? Why are these black men coaching these white men? That's what y'all would say. All these black players and these NFL owners want people who look like them to manage them. Have you ever stopped and really thought about how bad that looks? That 70 to 80% of the league is black, but the people who tell them what to do are predominantly white? Have you ever stopped to think about how bad that looks? Oh, but Fist, they're not colluding. The NFL would never do such a thing. They blackballed Kaepernick and admitted it during the George Floyd riots. I'm going to say it again. Roger Goodell admitted they blackballed Colin Kaepernick during the George Floyd riots. I'm going to say it again. They admitted they blackballed Colin Kaepernick after the George Floyd riots. They ruined that man's career because they didn't like what he stood for. The John Maras, the Jerry Jones, taking the stands that you will stand for the flag. You will not kneel for peace. You will not kneel to solve police brutality. You will stand and you will honor our flag and what it means to us. It ain't about how you feel. There's a lot of people talking about this Brian Flores in a box, in a vacuum. This Brian Flores shit is bigger than the NFL. This is a microcosm of being a black man in America and trying to get ahead in this fucking country. It's bigger than that. And if you don't see it, it's because you're naive or you're not black. I came on Twitter and I defended Brian Flores because they tried to paint that man as an angry black man. White men don't always have to use the N-word. White folks don't always have to call you a monkey. Sometimes white folks just use trigger words and trigger phrases to make you feel uncomfortable and turn the other cheek. When the white man don't want you around, they're real good at making you know your place. The white man's real good at putting a black man in his place. They're real good at doing that. They're real good at turning the black man away. The white man don't always have to use racial slurs to get his point across and display his superiority complex. You don't always have to do that. And I peeped what was going on with Brian Flores, and I was disgusted by it. Disgusted. Y'all said Brian Flores is an angry black man and couldn't work with nobody when all he wanted to fucking do was win. This dude Ross offered him $100,000 per loss, and he still went out there and won. All y'all thought he hated Tua, when the truth of the matter is, instead of meeting with the prominent quarterback on the yacht, he left. Where's all the Brian Flores hate Tua rumors at now? He left. Instead of having lunch with the billionaire owner and sitting down with the prominent quarterback to replace Tua, he left. But the rumors were, when they was doing that smear campaign against Brian Flores, the rumor was he's angry. He hates his players. He hates his coaches. He hates Tua. The truth will set you free. I would love for other black coaches to join this lawsuit with Brian Flores, and I hope they burn that NFL front office to the fucking ground. Because newsflash, Jim Caldwell ain't got a job yet. Lovie Smith ain't got a job yet. Herm Edwards ain't got a pro coaching job yet. Oh yeah, well, Todd Bowles ain't got another coaching job yet. What you thought they was gonna give these black men second jobs again? What you thought these black men was gonna get hired? Anthony Lynn had the rookie of the year and they fired him. You might as well sue. You might as well make a difference because they weren't gonna hire your asses again anyway. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I'm proud to be a black man in this fucking country, for better or worse. It is what it is. I stand by my brothers. I hope y'all get the job done. We up out of here.